Throughout history, there have been many absurd rulers, and Duke Hui of Wei from the spring and autumn period stands as a prime example. His obsession with raising cranes ultimately led to the downfall of his state. During his reign, Duke Hui ignored state affairs and devoted himself entirely to raising cranes. To be fair, cranes are elegant creatures, and it wouldn't have been an issue if he had only kept a few as a personal hobby. However, his fascination grew to absurd proportions. Once his ministers and officials realized his passion, they began presenting him with rare and exotic cranes to curry favor. Eventually, the royal palace was filled with these birds. What's more astonishing is that Duke Hui classified the cranes into different ranks, granting them stipends based on their status. The highest-ranking cranes were titled Dai Fu, high officials, while those of slightly lower status were made Shai, junior officials. These crane officials were lavishly maintained with resources extracted from the people, further increasing the tax burden on the already struggling population. Whenever Duke Hui traveled, he would bring a grand entourage of crane generals with him, creating a spectacle both extravagant and ridiculous. The common people secretly mocked him, and the state's governance fell into chaos. One day, the Rong and Di tribes invaded Wei. As was customary, the commoners were expected to join the army to defend their country. However, after years of oppression and neglect, the people were filled with resentment toward their ruler and fled into the mountains to avoid conscription. Duke Hui's envoys managed to capture a few hundred men, barely assembling a makeshift force. When he questioned the people about their unwillingness to fight, one of them sneered, "Why not send your crane generals to the battlefield?" This remark jolted Duke Hui into realizing the absurdity of his actions. Regretfully, he ordered the release of all the cranes and decided to lead his army to war. However, it was already too late. The Wei army, poorly trained and unmotivated, was no match for the invaders. They suffered a crushing defeat, and the state of Wei fell.